Hi, how are you? How have you been? Yes, it's lovely. It's an awesome moment to just get to connect. I'm so delighted to have you guys on board. It's such a beautiful thing to have you, to know I have a team, I have a tribe. It's so beautiful. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, press that bell button so that anytime we update anything, you get to see. Yes, it's been a lovely weekend. And today I want us to mention, we've been talking about forgiveness. We asked, what is this forgiveness? Why should we forgive? And I talked about hindrances of forgiveness. And today, I just want to talk about how then do you go about this forgiveness journey. And I want to say forgiveness is never about other people. It is usually about you. It is usually about you, the person that feels hurt. Because the thing is, the person that hurt you may actually never have hurt you because they wanted to. They may not even have done this intentionally. They just hurt you. Some may have done it intentionally, but maybe we also need to find out, were they in a place where they could understand that I am hurting this person? Or were they just living life as they have seen? Or were they doing things as they have seen being done over and over again? Because sometimes we are hurting, we are blaming people, and these people we are blaming actually are not thinking they're doing anything wrong. For example, there are people who've grown up being called dogs. I remember back where I grew up, there are families where you'd hear the name dog or the word dog being shouted at any time, anywhere. I grew up in a home where I never had anybody being called a dog. And here I am, I have grown up, I'm married to somebody who uses the word dog anyhow. At home, they would be told, you're behaving like dogs. In Kikuyu, it sounds very nasty. So I am angry at my partner or at my friend for calling me a dog and for constantly referring to me as a dog, while the truth is that to him it's nothing. It's the norm. It's how they were living life. So sometimes these people may not actually mean to hurt us. They may just be living their life the best way they know how. So how then do we forgive? What are some of the steps that are very, very important for you to forgive, to take the forgiveness journey? Remember, when you're forgiving, you're not forgiving for this other person. You're not forgiving for Rosemary. You're not forgiving for your husband. You're not forgiving your husband so that your husband can be forgiven. You're forgiving your husband so that you can live in peace. You're forgiving your parents so that you can be able to finally explore what the Lord has given you or what the universe has for you. Because let me tell you, as far as the east from the west, so are the blessings of God, or so is the love of God for you. So there's a lot that is in store for you, but unforgiveness acts as a wall. It acts as a barrier between you and where you're meant to go. Because there are some places you will never go as long as you're angry. Bitterness is very funny. Bitterness makes you think the whole world is bad. And the whole world hates you. And the whole world does not want to see you. While the truth of the matter is, the universe has blessings all over. This past month has been a very unique month. Is it this past month? This October has been a very unique month. I have experienced love in ways I had never experienced before. I have witnessed blessings in ways I have never witnessed before. I have actually also come to realize that there is a lot in this world that is meant for me. But I'm telling you guys, these are people that have existed in my life for ages. They have been there. But because of the pain that was inside of me, I wasn't able to connect to it. I was so angry. In fact, last night I was at a friend's house and my friend wonders how we have not connected for over 5 years. And I told them where I was, I thought they didn't like me. I was actually laughing this morning now with my girlfriend when she was asking me, so what happened? I told her, I don't know. I thought I was not good enough. I thought I was not the best person to be your friend. Whereas the husband, who I thought didn't like me, was in a position to sit with me and we have a constructive conversation, which I'm so delighted for, by the way. So it's important that you stop imagining that. So you to be able to move, you have to forgive. And by the way, I'd like us to think about forgiveness, not just for other people. Even you, have you forgiven yourself? Because many a times we can forgive everybody else, especially if you're a Christian. We have a very interesting way of saying we have forgiven. Me, I forgive. I forgive. Because I don't want to miss blessings. It's not just about blessings. It's not just about blessings. It's about even the peace of mind. It's about you being able to thrive in your area without feeling like the reason you're not thriving is because the other person did. The reason you're not thriving is because I did not go to this place because someone did not. I was that person. So then how do we forgive? One way that we forgive, and which I have come to realize that it is very, very key in this journey of forgiveness, is to name the hurt. Name the hurt. Even if you remember after 7 years, name the hurt. For example, I'll go back to my life. I really wanted to be, assuming, I always wanted to get into the space of journalism, and my mom never allowed me to get into the space of journalism. Now, for a very long time, I would feel like if I did journalism, I would be happier, I would be more blessed, I would be thriving, I would have more money. My personality, happy-go-lucky, would be accepted. You know, in journalism, you can choose your area and thrive there. And anytime I would be broke, I would be so angry with my mom. Anytime I would lose my teacher's job, I would be so angry with my mom. Now I'm in Olomayana. I teach in a school called Olomayana West Primary School in Masai Land. So anytime I am there and I want to do a video and I cannot because there's no electricity, so I don't have power. I don't carry my everything I need to shoot. I get very, very angry. Now, the one way to forgive was to first name the hurt. It's true, my mom hurt me for refusing or denying me the opportunity to pursue my dream career. Then I go ahead, and someone is going to ask, then why did you not pursue it when you came out? Remember, I was disappointed. I already had other wounds, the other childhood wounds that I have carried, and other things that happen if you have childhood wounds, and most of them are coming from your mother, who is your core caregiver, and from family. Of course, childhood wounds mainly come from the family of origin. You do not know how to take even risks, but that's another challenge. If you have undergone adverse childhood experiences, taking risks is usually such a difficult thing to do. So you haven't taken risks, you can't take risks, you don't know what to move, you only know how to move up to where you can see, you cannot move beyond there. So I decided to name it. You start by naming the hurt. It is true, your heart, your being hurt is valid. Even if to Rosemary it is not valid, you who is feeling hurt, it is valid. I want to tell you this afternoon or this evening, whenever you're watching this video, that hurt is valid. Whether to me I think it is not or not, you know that it is hurting you, so it is valid. So first step, name the hurt. Write it down. Give it a name. Give it a name. And then after you have named it, then you start to look at all perspectives. I like saying look at the both perspectives. What could it have been like? All right? What made my mother not want me to become a journalist and wanted me to become a teacher? So I look at the options. According to my mom, getting a journalist job was going to be very hard, and getting a teacher's job was going to be very easy. For journalism, you can never maybe achieve permanent and pensionable. For a teacher, you would be employed by the Teacher Service Commission and become permanent and pensionable. It is going to be little money, but it is going to be there forever. This journalism job is hyped and you'll rise, but it may not be there forever. And then my mom also feared. Now I'm trying to look at the perspectives, the two perspectives. You're my daughter, you're a happy-go-lucky, you're excited. Just maybe she was scared. My daughter may get into drug and substance use and she may not have a very good life. I mean, according to what she was seeing, imagine her reasons were valid. Imagine her reasons were valid. So when you look at both perspectives, you will actually stop being angry at the person who hurt you and probably see the positive side. That is good. So name the hurt, look at all possible perspectives. And remember, don't look at the person, look at the heart. Look at the heart. Anaweza kuwa alikuwa ameketi wapi? Where exactly was he seated or she? What exactly did the person look at? Probably your husband cheated on you. Or maybe even your husband cheated on you before you were married and he never told you the truth. Just maybe he thought, if I tell her the truth, she won't accept to be married. Or maybe even the person who has come up when you're maybe after 6 years or 2 years or whatever time, maybe this person also blackmailed him. You do not know what could have happened. Or maybe the girl, like for example, that happens a lot. Maybe the girl saw that this guy had a future, ni msoto. Akaona, me, I can have a life without this man. And all of a sudden, because God is not like me, he might just decide to bless you after 10 years or after 30 years. You guys are doing very well. And this woman decides, hey, by the way, we had a child together. We have not met in 7 years. Sometimes you never know. It's good to listen, to look at the both perspectives. And when you look at the both perspectives, also remember that even you're not perfect. Even you could have caused pain to somebody else. So remember, look at the both perspectives. Stop looking at yourself as a perfect human being. Remember, nobody is perfect. No one is. No one is. So exercise some bit of compassion as you're looking at the perspectives. Be compassionate. Use a little bit, the one you can find. Yeah? Muhurumie, pity this person. Look at them as people who are not strong, people who are not perfect, people who are not like you, because probably at that point you put yourself on the perfection seat. But just look at this person with a lot of compassion. This person that hurt you. And on looking at this person with a lot of compassion, imagine this was done by a little child. A 2-year-old, a 5-year-old, who's just learning to behave. Would you be so angry at a 5-year-old because they told you that you're You wouldn't. So just look at this person as a little child. And you're not minimizing the hurt, but when you look at them as a little child, it is going to be very, very easy for you to forgive them. For example, I come to your house and you have a little 5-year-old, and yes, you're a slim lady, you've managed to take care of your weight, and she says, "My goodness, you are fat." Now, I will quickly say that child is very ill-mannered, but the child has just spoken her heart. Children don't have breaks. They say it as they come. Will I carry this child until 45 years of age? I'm 45 and the child is probably 10 or 15 or whatever age, and I'm like, whatever we 5 years, you called me fat. I'm most likely going to forgive this child because it's a baby. Even when the baby comes and says, "Sorry, I'm sorry," you will forgive them. So anytime, start seeing this person as a little child. As you're working on this heart, look at them as a little child, and it's going to be very, very, not very, very easy, but it's going to make it a little bit easy for you to forgive this person. Remember, we are not hurting people intentionally. You have also hurt people. You have also offended people. In the Lord's Prayer, we say, "Forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us." So if you say, "Forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us," then please begin to forgive. And it is not easy. It is not easy. Sometimes you will need help. Sometimes the heart is so deep, you will need help. But I can assure you, if you do not forgive these people, and forgiving, I mean serious forgiveness, because in most cases the heart was deep, the heart was serious. Please let us learn, let us desire to forgive. Let us desire to forgive people. Let us desire to acknowledge that everybody has their own issues, everybody has their own imperfections. Then we'll be able to forgive them. Let us acknowledge that yes, they have wronged us, but they have not wronged us intentionally. They have wronged us because that is probably where they were. They have wronged us because probably that is the only way they know how things are done. Somebody has lived in a home where there was a lot of dysfunctions. They only know dysfunction. As you work on yourself, because you're also not from a perfect home, you are also not raised by angels, please stop saying kwetu ni kuzuri, kwao ni kubaya. Stop saying Rosemary is always faulty. You are also faulty. All of us have imperfections from here to I do not know where. Let us desire to forgive them. And the step number 1 to forgiveness is desire to forgive. Desire to forgive. And even you, please do a retrospect. Look into you and ask yourself, could there be people that I have hurt, and seek forgiveness? The day I said sorry to a friend of mine for something I had done, I felt so relieved. And I usually say, even if this person did not forgive me, I sought to be forgiven. I asked to be forgiven. And I can assure you, it has been good. I have enjoyed. I may not be very close with this person because, as I have said, forgiveness does not always mean reconciliation. You can forgive somebody and let them stay at a distance because probably you may not like interacting. You may also forgive someone, for example, if it is a spouse, whether or not you separate, whether or not you go your separate ways. There are opportunities of you meeting because maybe there were children. You have made history together. If you have been married for 10 years, there are children involved. You will need to cooperate with this person because you see, if your husband wronged you or your wife wronged you, your children did not wrong you. Do not extend hate and do not tell your children your father, your mother is like this. No, just forgive. Then you can choose. If they work on themselves, they can come close. Maybe not to you may not get married again, you may not reconcile, but you need to coexist. Those ones, there is also that option where you love at a distance. Other people, you allow them to work on themselves, because you have to tell somebody, by the way, if you wrong me and I forgive you, I should be able to tell you, by the way, Jane, Joyce, Peter, you did this, I did not like it, I wasn't happy, please do not repeat, and I have forgiven you. But I would appreciate it if you do not do it again. And some people may be genuine, they will work on themselves. They may acknowledge it's true that I wasn't the angel, I have done mistakes, and this person has forgiven me. So it is very, very important as an individual you accept what has become of life, of the forgiveness, and then you let people relax for a minute. I wish you a very lovely time. I love you very much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's continue interacting. Kindly share with your friends, anybody that you know that needs to hear these conversations that you're having on this channel. Kindly share with them, and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. So many souls are going to be healed. So many people are going to find peace and joy and love amongst themselves. Thank you, and have a lovely time.